Next is Don. He says, how can I best use what you guys do on an e-commerce website to create more traffic and sales? Do you have anything that goes down this rabbit hole to increase my sales? I know we don't have any training specifically for e-commerce stuff because none of us really do any e-commerce stuff. But you can still use silo architecture essentially to push relevancy and power and help with search engine ranking. And that's, I mean, again, I haven't done any e-commerce stuff in many, many years now. So I don't know if much of that has changed, but in my opinion, it would still be, should be similar, somewhat the same in that you can still build out, like, for example, like use a drive stack where you have your categories and your product categories, right, would be their own silos or folders within the main drive stack, right? And you can mirror that with a G site and you can hit all of that stuff, all of those files within a particular product category that would be within a specific folder, right? That's the silo within the drive stack. All of the files within that folder would be pointing to your product pages and or category page for that on your e-commerce site, right? Then you mirror that on the G site, right? So the Google site now has pages that are specific to your product category pages on your e-commerce site, and you have supporting articles within there. And again, that can all be done via the script, which, or at least when we built it originally, right? But you have to go in and manually add the additional product categories and stuff. We talk about that. We're not able to do that yet or provide that yet. But you would have individual pages and then supporting articles that would be pointing to that product category from the G site. Now you hit those with, kitchen sink spam. Like essentially you can throw everything under the sun at the drive stack and the G site. And all of that stuff will push through from the Google properties to your e-commerce site, which should help you in search engines. Again, I don't do any e-commerce stuff, so I don't know how effective that is, but the principles should be the same as what they are for any type of site. Marco, am I wrong?
No, the principles work for anything. If you get a syndication, for example, a syndication network, right? Or if you go into Syndication Academy, if you go into the group so that you can learn to do it on your own, the principles are the same because you're going to use it on your e-commerce store, number one, to validate and solidify the brand. You're going to tell Google, this is my footprint, this is where everything is. You're going to use your schema to further solidify the entity. You're going to take all that and then you could, if you were in that group, also take the ad ID process and use that, right? And so everything comes together. So you build the entity first, and once you have your entity together, where you're telling Google this is everything that my site is about, that's when you go the extra step and you bring in the sledgehammer, which is that drive stack, and then you do the link building, or you could do the press releases into the drive stack, and then you link build into the press release and the drive stack, and the drive stack will have everything about your entity also. So link building into all of that, and that all of that power will push over to your website, and that's what actually all of that power being pushed into your money site. It's what's going to push it up for whatever it is that you're trying to do. But it does take that work, and it doesn't matter if it's local, it doesn't matter if it's e-commerce, affiliate, whatever it is that you're doing, because I always say local is relevant, and this is one of those places where your e-commerce and it could be global, but it doesn't matter because we work with basic semantic web principles.
There you go.